Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, the topic of discussion and my video is the crash of Indian aviation sector. The Indian aviation sector, which is once darling of the investors and one of the fastest growing all over the world, it has suddenly crash landed and grounded. Who is supposed to be blamed? Who is responsible for this crash landing of the Indian aviation sectors, once darling of the employment and fastest growing sector in Indian skies? They are really flying high, but it has suddenly gone into sick, become very sick, and now difficult to survive. But how it has happened and who is to blame for all this? The story is very interesting. Story is not only about the corruption, it is about nepotism, how one man can sabotage the country's interest, and how the political powers pay to him to sabotage the whole biggest Indian aviation sector. Aviation is not the only sector which has faced it. The second sector which I must talk is about the telecom. How we destroyed two sectors of India's growing and glowing economy. Unfortunately, it is very true that it is the government, the corruption, and the people in the power together has destroyed these sectors. Let us start with the history of the collapse of the Indian aviation sector. The East-West Airlines. How many of you know that there was a first airline which flew and doing extremely well is East-West Airline, owned by Mr. Taqiuddin Abdul Wahid, a Keralian entrepreneur looking at the demand for the Keralians flying to the Middle East and the Gulf market, and he has started the airline. A very successful entrepreneur, very successful person into the recruitment, and when he saw and understood the market, started East West Airline. And this Taqiuddin Abdul Wahid has been shot dead in front of his office one day. Whatever may be the reason, real culprit has never been arrested. But it was not only the death of the Mr. Taqiuddin Abdul Wahid, but it is death of India's first airlines. Within another 1 and 2 years, the airline has grounded, and this is how the saga has started. And this is the first collapse of Indian Airlines. Then came another very successful entrepreneur, and Mr. G.R. Gopinath, who has started low-cost airline and doing fantastically well, and the airline has suddenly become darling of the market. This airline has gone into difficulties and taken over by the Kingfisher airline. So this is the second demise. It is really a big story how a airline doing very, very good goes suddenly into the difficulties and the financial problem. A well-managed airline, and the saga of difficulties has started, and he has to sell the airline to Air Deccan. Air Deccan is taken over or acquired by the Kingfisher airline of Vijay Mallya, the rich business, once upon a time, the rich businessman of Indian skies. But after the Air Deccan, this is not, we saw the Sahara Airways. Sahara Airways, again, there is a merger of marriage or the marriage of unequals. The Sahara Airways was merged with the Jet Airways, and the new airline, Jet Airways, is the one who has taken the control of this saga has gone for quite long, and ultimately the jet has also collapsed over the time. But this is the second airline going into the mergers and acquisitions and still not able to revive. But there are so many smaller airlines which has come and gone into the history. Modi Luft, Damania Airways, other two airlines which has collapsed over the time. The one man who is linked to all this is Mr. Naresh Goyal, the chairman and owner of the Jet Airways. His clout, his power into the domain of power is very important to understand if we want to understand the collapse of the airline after airline. So, how Kingfisher Airline has suddenly become the sick and in the problem, even though they have got the approval to increase foreign ownership stakes. The file is approved, but remain on the table of the then aviation minister for a very long, and the company has gone into bankruptcy and grounded. This time, which was very crucial for the Kingfisher Airline, but the file never moved from the one table to another table to the approval, even though it has approved but never signed. The law came a little late and benefited the Jet Airways. So, this is how we saw the Kingfisher Airline has gone into bankruptcy. The game of the power is very important to understand in the Indian aviation sector and collapse of the Indian aviation sector. It is said that it is Mr. Naresh Goyal who met then the aviation minister and asked him to slow down the process, and ultimately has responsible for the collapse of the Kingfisher Airlines. But that is not the only story. We have the Indian Airlines and Air India. Once governments, companies doing fantastically well, how they have been mismanaged, and today with a more than debt of the 50,000 crore and the much more losses, they are looking for the buyer. But today there is no one willing to buy it or revive it. And it is not very easy for the government to close the airlines. But once upon a time, the Tata Airlines and Tata Group along with the Singapore Airlines has bidded to buy this, but unfortunately that proposal has never moved forward. Nobody knows. This saga of the Tata not getting the license to run the airline is very well written into not only the one books but two books, how continuously Tata's has been denied their right to run the airline. First time when they wanted to take over the Air India, they have been not given the chance. They have applied for the license with Singapore Airline to run the airline, and they have been refused. It took them long years to get license to run in the Indian skies. But unfortunately, the truth is someone has tried to play dirty, and it is said that karma comes back. What you sow, you will get. And this is how once upon a time India's most powerful person in the aviation, one most powerful person, most connected person in the power, Indian politics of power, today his airline is grounded and nobody is really can revive it or looking for the suitor to buy it out. So I can say that Mr. Naresh Goyal, the chairman of the grounded or bankrupt Jet Airways, is the man who has to explain a lot or a long investigation needed how he has lonely destroyed Indian aviation sector. Coal means companies after companies has been collapsed, thousands of jobs has lost, and billions in the revenues has lost, and so is the people, and the common people lost their airline and their privileges. So there is a time to understand why this is happening. We need a system which is more transparent, more accountable, and corrupt free. Unless and until we have this transparent and ethical system which is free of corruption, nepotism, favoritism, it is very difficult to say that the economy can grow and survive. We will find sector after sector getting collapsed because of such actions of the few people and their connections in the power. The connections in the power will always remain there. So we need a system which is transparent, which is accountable, and which is ethical, so that this is not happen. The saga of the Tata Airlines or the Tata Group is more important to understand than everything else, because they were the one who are the erstwhile owner of the Air India before nationalization. They know how to run the airline, and group capabilities are beyond doubt. Unfortunately, government after government has refused or unable to process their obligation to run an airline, and nobody knows really what is happening, but it is written in the book that it is Mr. Naresh Goyal who has thwarted all these attempts by his own connections into the corridor of powers. Secondly, Mr. Ratan Tata himself has said minister has asked 15 crore, and which they do not want it to give, and this is one of the reason why they are never been able to get the airline at that time up and running. So it is important to understand that corporate corruption must stop, nepotism must stop. It is killing the economy. It will increase the poverty, and it is responsible for destroying the image of the country. So my only thought, we need a system transparent, ethical, free of corruptions. Thank you very much.